Yeah, what's up, folks? My iPhone is still broken. I haven't paid the money to fix it because I'm putting all my work towards creating new artwork. 260 something dollars, man. 260 something dollars to fix my iPhone. So I can't post on Instagram. Yo, after a while, these things are just funny, man. I'm just saying. But this is how it is, What comes around goes around. It's life, man. You gotta live with the limitations and all that. Like my laptop is not working right now. It's just slow as hell. So it's really difficult just to even make this little video. I was just trying to update about June 19th. I'm working on this piece. I've been working on it for a while now, but I had to come up with the money in order to put it together. So, I've been pre inviting sickle cell warriors. Those are folks who have sickle cell disease, sickle cell SC, sickle cell beta thalassemia, whichever sickle cell, that you're dealing with. You know what I mean? You know how it is. So if you're around the world, wherever you are around the world, I'm trying to reach folks that have sickle cell disease or families of folks that have sickle cell disease. You know, if you lost a loved one to sickle cell disease, the struggle, you know, we all know how that is because we all either struggling to survive this, or we know, we lost loved ones and friends and family, with this thing. So, everything for me in my life is just like whack and slowed down, full of limitations, because sickle cell just keeps you on a restart. Everything is a restart, so it's a start over for me. Just like always starting over. So I'm not immune. I live with sickle cell disease, and I'm still fighting for my art. So for June 19th is World Sickle Cell Day. So what I wanted to do is create a new sickle cell awareness piece, but this time I wanted to use photos, incorporate photos of warriors who are fighting from around the globe, people from around the world who are fighting this, disease, who are fighting, you know. You need to send your photos to nazir@gmail.com, and I'll put your photo on the artwork to honor your family member or you yourself on the artwork. But that's how it is. That's all I'm trying to do. I live on disability. I'm still grinding at Patreon. Sometimes, I'm not feeling the pain of sickle cell, but sickle cell is just like that shadow. That shadow is still, that shadow is still around. It's just what it is. So I have to go through all that just to post on Instagram, IG, because I don't have my iPhone anymore. busted. I have my Obama phone just for my emergencies, just to get my medical cab and all that kind of jazz. But man, some days, some nights, and you try to not feel sorry for your own ass. It's that stuff gets tired. It says application error. Why we have to have an error at all? Why we need to have errors? Probably too much. So send it again. If we have another error, we're just gonna give up on it. We have to work with our limitations, folks. Our limitations. So I tweet about it. I just put it on my Twitter. You see, even just tweeting is slow, and I put it on my Facebook. It's not like I don't get the word out about June 19th and this new artwork coming out, you know. But that's life, man. It's like the way my life is, and everybody in my, everybody I follow or who are my friends on Facebook, 90% of them are sickle cell warriors, and they post photos of themselves in the hospital fighting. But I just can't grab your picture and grab your picture and go ahead and put it in my artwork. Even though artists are able to do that, that's not what I want to do. I want families and people with sickle cell, to represent. Like send me the email. Send it to Nazir at gmail.com, and I'll put you on the artwork, because that's what it's about. That's what I want you to get involved. I want you to take part. I go to Sickle Cell Unite. There's like, there's like 9,000 folks, members up on this little area. People post. I just post this right here, and I put my email right there. You just email me email me your photo. I'm not going to steal your photo from Facebook or anything like that, because that's not what the artwork is about. It's about you taking part, you taking action, you sending me your picture. The picture that you want me to use, I'll use it if you send it to me on an email attachment. Just attach it to an email, just send it to me, and you'll be part of this work that I will show to the world on June 19th. That's what I wanted to share with the sickle cell community. That's where my heart is right now, because it's like we fighting, man. We fighting. I just want to keep fighting, man. Here's a little funny thing right here. I wanted to talk about this a little while ago, but I didn't get a chance to make a video. I'm not gonna play the sound, but you probably seen this before. It's been on Facebook a lot. It's a it it's some dude that drew a circle around an ant with a sharpie, and the ant doesn't get out, and people just wondering that, and it says at the end limitations, right? So the thing is, it's like people see these kind of things and wonder, is that magic, or is the ant just stupid, or do we know people like this who are just trapped in their own stupidity or ignorance, or they can't see their way out? What does that mean? Limits, limits of the mind. Exit only in the mind. Exist only in the mind. Says limits exist only in the mind. It's a stupid video, because why? It's like if you take a little time, you Google, you use Google, you use your mind, your brain, or you understand a little bit about science and biology, and about the kingdom of animals and joints. So here's one video. It's about another ant phenomenon. It's like these group of ants. They're going around in a circle, in a circle, in a circle, So what happens here is this guy and Discover News, he called a scientist to explain this phenomenon about all these ants going around in a circle. They're going in a circle until they all die. Basically, it's a death spiral. So you see this on YouTube. It's like the ants keep going in a circle and in a circle. It's like hundreds of thousands of ants. They going around in a circle and a circle. The whole community, the whole hive, the whole nest is going outside in the open, and they're going around in a circle and a circle. What happens here is all of these are soldier ants. Soldier ants are blind. What they do is when they go outside, they leave a chemical trail. It's called a pheromone. It's a smell. They are blind. They can only see with their own smell. Their antenna feels for this smell, this specific chemical that they leave behind. So it's like this one chemical. That's all they're gonna follow. So what happens here is one of them followed in a circle, and the next one followed them in a circle until all of them started following the same group of dudes in a circle, in a circle, in a circle, until nobody was able to find their way home anymore. So they're stuck in a spiral because each and every single ant is following a chemical trail, and they just keep following and keep following and keep following in the same circle. But nobody is able to go home anymore because they lost the trail for the way home. So that's why that other ant is stuck in the circle that it was in. You know, when you draw this sharpie around this ant, what happens to this ant is because the sharpie is cutting off the chemical trail that it was following, the pheromones it was following. The sharpie stinks, it has a smell to it. So this chemical line that you put down, that's another chemical blocking its own odor. The line of his friend that he was following, it's invisible to us, but he knows his way. But because you cut him off, he's unable to detect that line anymore, so he's stuck. Every time he goes to this circle, it's a barrier because this thing has a stink on it. He won't cross that stink because he can't see it. It's a barrier to him. So now he becomes trapped. It's his cage. So it's not an ignorance or limitation is in this ant's mind. No, that's the limitation. That's the DNA. That's the way this creature works. So with sickle cell, we have to know what's in our DNA. I know what's in my DNA. No matter what I believed in the past or what I understood about creation and everything, when I learned about evolution and the science of it, and I understood that monkeys and gorillas do not mean that evolution is fake. It's just a branching path. These are distant cousins. We took one path and we became humans, and these other dudes took another path and they are dummies. They're stuck throwing poo at each other. And they're just monkeys. That's all they are. That's all they will ever be because they're not gonna evolve into anything else but monkeys because that's their path. Our path, we became human. We need to continue this down this path so we can continue to evolve. And part of the evolution is these DNA mutations that happens for us. When nature tried to protect people from malaria infested areas, sickle cell trait protects from malaria. But when you get two people with sickle cell traits together, you have sickle cell disease. So that's a mutation that happens that wasn't intended by nature, but it happened anyway because that's just the way it happens with that, with the DNA. The mutation occur. So we have to use science. In order to change things, we have to be able to use our own brain, our own knowledge, in order to do something about, take action against this disease, because our community is suffering. We can't go into a death spiral because this is how our community is right now. It's just a total death spiral, a group of ants following each other around and around and around and around, and we all dying. We all suffering. We are dying. We are suffering and we are dying. We don't know our way home. We don't have a cure. We just following this pheromone blindly because we do not find people who care about our message. We do not shout enough. We do not fight enough. You know, it happens to be a race issue. It happens to be a skin color issue or nationality issue. But the thing is, it's a global problem. We have to understand that sickle cell, doesn't matter who you are, as long as you have DNA and your DNA can mutate. You can have sickle cell SC, sickle cell beta thalassemia. You can have a whole range of sickle cell diseases. It's just nature, folks. It's just how things works. If we understand how it works, we can fix it. And if we do fix it, we need to fix it for not just a few, but for everyone that suffers. Everyone that suffers. June 19th is World Sickle Cell Day. We need to come together as a community and demand that the scientists out there, the people with the knowledge, the people who are using their brain, the people with the knowledge to cure this disease, to put it on the table, to make it happen. Because if we continue like these ants, if they draw a circle around us, and we stay inside and we accept that limitation, and we say it is a blessing, then we make fun of those who are feeling like they're being victimized. They're struggling. I mean, for me, this is not a blessing. I don't like, even though I have found my way to a place where I get good care. I can go once a month and get phoresis, 6 bags of blood, donated blood. I have to depend on people to donate blood each month so I can get 6 bags of normal blood and replace it with my sickle cell blood taken out so I can live pain free. That's not a life, folks. That's not a life. You know, we shouldn't have to live that way. We shouldn't have to be afraid. If I go outside and try to get some job, I might get sick because it's too cold or it's too hot or I didn't drink enough water. You know, you know, it shouldn't be that way that I'm gonna end up in a crisis. I'm gonna end up in the ICU. A parent is gonna worry about me, a wife or a child. It shouldn't be that way around the world. But we are suffering people. We are a long suffering people, and we are folks that have faith, that have hopes, that pray. And we need to understand that we deserve a better life. We deserve our pain to be acknowledged, for people to understand that we are suffering, and our children are dying too young. you know we are losing our friends and our families too young. Really gifted people, talented people, we are losing them too young. I don't want to have a sickle cell World Sickle Cell Day. I want this thing over and done with, for a cure for everyone. It is possible, but we need to care. We need to take action. We need to show up. We need to advocate. So I'm not making money off my art. I'm on disability, and I hardly able to feed myself each month. But even, you know, I have first world problems. My iPhone is broken, and I can't fix it because it's $260 something to fix it. No, I'm not gonna fix it. I'm gonna use the $260 and put it towards this project that I have, this artwork that I want to create for awareness for this community, to keep fighting it, because it is important to me. You know, the knowledge, the sharing, all of this. You have to dedicate your life to something that is meaningful when you are suffering. I understand the pain. I have compassion for those who have that pain and suffer along with me. Sickle cell is all around the world. You know, India has a huge population. I'm getting photos from India. There's one brother who sent me. He didn't send me photos. He sent me basically newspaper clippings of those who have passed from sickle cell disease in one province, in one state in India. It's a tropical state in South India, Southwest. But I forgot the name of it. But it's only one location in India. But he sent me a dozen clippings, and I'm going to put those things in the artwork, even though it's in a different language. It needs to be recognized because this person took the time to take each clipping, to collect them, because he knows sickle cell, the fight for sickle cell is important in his local community, so he sent that to me. I've been getting photos from around the world, from parents who have children with sickle cell disease, from warriors who have sickle cell themselves, sending photos to be part of this artwork. So send yours in, because I just want to express myself in the way that I can. But I need to know that I'm not an island. I don't suffer this alone. You know, I have to acknowledge all those other people who you know are suffering silently, and they don't have somebody who's advocating for them, fighting for them, and telling them their life, and their treasures, and their hopes and their dreams matters. You know, That's what I want for this world. I want everyone who suffers in this world to have the ability to get up and end their suffering, and have a chance to laugh, to cry, to love, to share, and what it means to be human. We are not animals, we are human beings. We have evolved. So we need to use our brain and our intelligence to get out of that circle that we are drawn in, that limitation that we are stuck in. Because we are not as blind as this ant. Weren't created to be. Sickle cell has taken my eyes away. I spent 2 weeks blind, and I thought I would stay blind. But I'm grateful that I'm able to see out of one eye now, and I'm able to paint. So I take these things as a gift, and I want to share it with the world, and I want to be able to express myself. I want to be able to live a life worth living, because I'm dealing with depression that's keeping me back, that's keeping me in fear. But we have to fight. There's no way we can stay awake and not fight. We have to fight. You know, I can talk myself until I'm crazy in the head, but the thing is, I have to stay curious. Every day I have to learn something new. Why is this happening to these ants? Why is this happening in this world? I have to understand how nature works. I want to know the nature of things, you know? So I want to thank everyone that sent me photos, you know, and I'm going to print them out. It's the process I'm using is I'm printing them on fabric canvas. So basically, I'm printing your photos on canvas, and I'm gonna use, you know, the photos printed. So each little piece I have, I'm gonna put them on canvas, and I'm going to print them out. These are the newspaper clippings of the folks from India that one brother sent me from India. And these are sickle cell warriors, people with sickle cell and sickle cell beta thalassemia. We have a whole community all around the world. It's not just an African disease, it's not just a black disease, it's people all over the world that are suffering. But we have beautiful people in our own community who deserve a voice, who deserve to be honored. you know these are my heroes. These are my personal heroes. Fathers, sons, daughters, you know cousins, mothers. These people, they strive each day to make a life for themselves. No matter what they believe in, no matter what their background is, they have a unique pain, a unique gift to know what suffering is, and an opportunity to learn what compassion is. Because from suffering, you can have the opportunity to learn how to be compassionate, how to care about your fellow human beings. around the world, no matter what our language differences are, what our skin color differences are, what line we draw on this earth to say the borders. There are no borders between human blood, you know. All our blood are red, you know. We may have differences in DNA, but we are all from a common source, you know. We are all part of this universe. We are all made of the same stuff, the stardust. We need to respect the life that we have. We need to respect the time that we have. And we need to express our voices loudly. So I want to invite you to send your photos in if you have sickle cell disease. If you are fighting, send your photos to nazir@gmail.com and you will be part of this artwork that I will show on June 19th on Sickle Cell World Sickle Cell Day. Peace, and I hope you are feeling pain free.